Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Of the videos I've made, there is one topic that I've been rather lax on, and I plan on rectifying that today. That topic is the House of Representatives. In fact, I am currently working on election night videos for both the Senate and the House, so keep an eye out for those. As for this video, what prompted finally diving into this topic was this. Charlie Cook's political report, which I have referenced before on the presidential election, tracks all 536 federal seats. That's 435 House, 100 Senate, and 1 President for those keeping score. They've practically made it into an art form and are excellent at what they do, and they made the unprecedented move of adjusting their ratings on a staggering 20 seats in the House of Representatives today, all in favor of Democrats. Now, to clarify, that does not mean they've switched 20 seats from predicting Republicans will win them to predicting Democrats will win them. Some already showed the Democrat winning, and some merely went from safe Republican to likely Republican, meaning they still expect them to hold the seat. What makes this big news, it has never happened before, ever. Such a slide to one side over the other made all at once is unheard of, and it happened because of this. Yes, this is a video about the House. Yes, I say a week is a lifetime in politics and that the election is months away in every video. But make no mistake, Donald Trump's numbers right now are abysmal. To say that his numbers are entering Jimmy Carter territory is an understatement. To have an approval rating in the 30s right now, in a time as polarized as we are living in as a nation today, would have been more like an approval rating of mid-20s to high 20s back in 1980, or lower. And those kind of numbers have an effect down ballot. It's unavoidable. So what does this mean for the House? Because so many seats the Democrats won back in 2018 were won in R-plus districts, which means their vote totals historically outpaced the national average for Republicans. The GOP was rubbing its collective hands together at the prospect of regaining all those seats and the House. That, combined with holding on to a majority in the Senate and a Trump re-election victory, would have given them total control of the federal government. However, if current polls are even mostly right, let alone completely right, they're looking at the exact opposite. And 2018's blue wave, that'll look like a kiddie pool by comparison. Democrats are in the most enviable position their party has been in since the 1974 midterms, when voters punished relentlessly the Republicans for Richard Nixon, and Democrats ended up with over 300 seats in the House of Representatives. Am I suggesting that's going to happen again? No. It's highly unlikely that any party will ever hold 300 seats again. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't look really promising for the Democrats right now. Of those 20 seats, 4 of them move into toss-up status, 1 moved from toss-up to leans Democrat, another went from competitive to likely Democrat, and 4 more moved from non-competitive to competitive. That is a seismic shift to happen all at once like that, and barring a major event, these numbers don't look like they're going to be getting any worse for the blue team anytime soon. This is what the map looks like right now, based on Cook's individual race statuses. And as you can see, the Democrats are already over the 218 seat threshold to retain control. Yes, there's a lot of red there, but keep in mind a huge chunk of that red comes from Alaska, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Wyoming. Those 6 states make up a whopping 30% of the total land area of the United States and account for 7 seats in the House of Representatives. Let me repeat that. 7. Why? Because House seats are apportioned by population, not how big you are. The states. I'm talking about the states. So where does this leave the GOP in regards to the House? It leaves them with the once unthinkable prospect of having to desert their incumbent president. And yes, there is precedence for it. More recently, involving the same man. Late back in 1992, some Republicans decided to shift gears and began running a campaign theme of being a stopgap against an expected Bill Clinton presidency. Then New York Senator Alphonse D'Amato being the most well-known example. And then again, With Clinton running for re-election in 1996, the Republican National Committee cut bait on their nominee Bob Dole to focus on keeping as many congressional seats as possible. The Republican Party, if these numbers continue, could be faced with a similar decision in the coming months, especially if the president's numbers don't improve a lot by Labor Day. If they don't, the only decision to be made by January 20th is going to be what piece of President Biden's agenda do the Democrats in Congress want to take up first.